Hello and welcome back to WebcastNews. I'm your host, and I use that term very loosely, James Etheridge. And in today's video, football violence, because that's a normal thing. A new celebrity is named in the Panama Papers, an update on the presidential race in America, and also a couple of bits of video game related news. But firstly, we're going to go into the top story for today. And that is shocking camera footage of the Queen, which sounds pretty weird when I put it that way, but you'll understand when I actually get into it. Yesterday, the Queen was hosting her first garden party of the year at Buckingham Palace. You know, she did it the day that the weather in Britain happened to stop being nice and sunny after it did that for about 4 days. Because that's what we do as Brits. We put everything the time after it's actually nice and sunny. At one point during this party, Commander Lucy d'Orsay is introduced to the Queen. And Miss d'Orsay was the commanding policing officer for a state visit to China which happened in October 2015. The Queen's response to being told that this was the commanding officer of that state visit was for her to say, "Bad luck." After that comment, I think it's just easier to actually show you the video of what goes on next.
I'm not sure whether you knew, but it was quite a testing time for me. I did. It was, I think at the point that they walked out of Lancaster House and told me that the trip was off, I felt very rude to the ambassador.
Yes, that is the Queen calling Chinese diplomats very rude for undermining and walking out on the British ambassador for China, Barbara Woodward. Interesting idea on this. Apparently this state trip was supposed to be a relationship builder between the UK and China, and after the state visit was actually done, it was seen as very positive on both sides. Apparently not. And then something else that came out of that garden party was David Cameron making comments that went a bit wrong, because apparently it was Offend Every Other Country Day as well. No one told us that. David Cameron got in trouble yesterday after also being caught on camera making some rather questionable comments. He told the Queen of an anti-corruption summit that he is hosting on Thursday in London, and the comments are not great. He said that the summit would see leaders of some fantastically corrupt countries come to Britain. What is fantastically corrupt? He then went on to specifically name Nigeria and Afghanistan as coming to this meeting for them being fantastically corrupt. And that didn't sit well with Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari, who responded by saying that his government were shocked and embarrassed by the comments made. And I think my final thing to say on this story is, was everyone a bit drunk? Because they're just being filmed saying stuff they shouldn't be saying. That sounds like drunk to me. And then moving on into football-related news, but it's actually about hooliganism, because that's what football can sometimes go into. So last night was the final ever game for West Ham United at their current stadium, the Boleyn Ground, also known as Upton Park, where they've been playing for the past 112 years. This was supposed to be a big send-off for the ground before they move into the Olympic Park in London, but some West Ham fans decided to go full hooligan and attack the Manchester United team bus, Manchester United being their opponents last night, and it rather ruined the whole thing. They said the kick-off being delayed by 45 minutes and kind of tarnished the whole thing, but if you are interested in the result, West Ham actually did win 3-2 with centre-back Winston Reid getting a late goal. So that did cheer everything up a little bit. It was a good game. I did watch it. I'm a football fan, as this Leicester badge is going to prove. If you can't really see it, oh well. But yes, I'm a Leicester fan. Yes, we won the English Premiership. Yes, I'm very happy. Well, I didn't really sound it then, did I? I'm really happy. There we go, that's a bit better. Then you may have heard over the past month about the Panama Papers. Yes, that was a bit of a jump cut, really. I kind of just went into it, didn't I? So the Panama Papers are basically a giant document that has the names of people who have offshore bank accounts which basically means they're not paying tax here in the UK or in other countries as well. So in basic terms, if your name's on here, you're basically being seen as a tax evader by some people, although actually having your name on this list doesn't mean that you've actually done anything illegal. And as I mentioned at the beginning, a new celebrity has been named in the Panama Papers, and that celebrity is Emma Watson. Yes, the actual Emma Watson. Her name has been linked with the law firm Mossack Fonseca, and it's been released that she is a beneficiary of a company called Falling Leaves Limited, which is under the jurisdiction of the British Virgin Islands. And Miss Watson's rep was quick to come out and clarify why Miss Watson's name was on the Panama Papers in the first place, basically confirming that yes, she has an offshore account, but it's not to evade tax. He told The Spectator that Emma set up an offshore company for the sole purpose of protecting her anonymity and safety. UK companies are required to publicly publish details of their shareholders and therefore do not give her the necessary anonymity required to protect her personal safety, which has been jeopardised in the past owing to such information being publicly available. One, you can tell I can't say the word it's something along those lines. I can barely say it, I apologise. Two, he's definitely got something to do with her because he just called her Emma, so that's a personal thing. Three, there was a three... jeopardising safety, that was it. There are some really creepy people out there who would definitely have a thing for Emma Watson. So yes, I can understand the whole safety thing. And he then carried on to say, offshore companies do not publish these shareholder details. Emma receives absolutely no tax or monetary advantages for this offshore company whatsoever, only privacy. So from that, it seems a pretty solid explanation, but the ending is also a little bit weird. I know he has to say that they're not getting any monetary or tax evasion from this, but it still seems a bit odd, because if someone says something like that, I automatically look at it and go, but are you really? You know, there needs to be a bit of fact there. There needs to be something to back it up. So it's okay to say it, but is it true? I don't know. It's not exactly like Emma Watson needs money, I don't think. And a very quick update to the US presidential race, which is a bit of a farce really, but we'll skip past that bit, in which a new poll has been carried out by Quinnipiac University, and they have found that Donald Trump is closing in on Hillary Clinton in the US presidential race. Oh God, oh no, this could actually happen. Then let's not actually forget Bernie Sanders, who is still in the Democratic race, if some people hadn't actually realised that. And he actually won the Democratic primary in West Virginia yesterday against Hillary Clinton, but it's not really made a difference. In the Democrat race, it's still looking like Hillary Clinton's going to win that. So it's still looking like Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. Yeah. Well done, America. But then again, considering your options, you couldn't have done actually much better than you have, really. And then for the video gaming news section, for this video, some news that is going to probably upset quite a lot of children, but probably make a lot of parents' wallets happy. And this is news from Walt Disney. They've announced that their popular gaming range, Disney Infinity, is to be cancelled. And they've also cancelled ideas for a self-published games console business, opting, as they put it, to focus on video game content and licensing games to other publishers and developers. And in other gaming news, Pokémon have come out with a new trailer video for their new games Pokémon Sun and Pokémon Moon, in which they have released the starter 3 Pokémon for the games. And that might be the most times I've ever said the word Pokémon in a sentence. The aforementioned Pokémon are Rowlet, who is an owl, because Rowlet, get it, the word owl is in there. Litten, which is a kitten, but with an L instead of a K, and Poplio, which I think is meant to be a seal, but the name doesn't really give it away. It kind of reminds me of a seal though. If it's not, let me know in the comment section down below what it actually is meant to be based on. The game's release date in the UK, by the looks of it, is November 23rd, but dependent on what country you're in, it may be released earlier or possibly later. I'm not sure if any of them are being released later, but I've seen earlier release dates, such as 18th of November. I'm not fully sure where that's actually being released then. And that is it for this video. Just to point out, if you haven't noticed, yes, I've redone the way that I'm kind of doing these videos. I've put all the stories back together into one video, and I've kind of tried to make a better intro. If you've liked the video, make sure you do hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel so you can watch more content that will go up very soon, because I am actually coming back for about the 7th time. Also, I do have social media for this channel. I have a Twitter page, I also have a Facebook page, so if you want to go and follow me on Twitter or like the Facebook page, that would be much appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching.